Welcome to Phasma Jones 5-minute reviews. The Call. The Call is a super fun episode in the Ghost Crew's journey in Rebels. This episode introduced the Purgills, which you have seen me rave about during my summer series 1 coverage, and this introduction is just as brilliant. They come out of nowhere and they just appear, and it's so magical. I want to focus on Hera Syndulla. Hera has a bit of distress as she's heard the stories of the Purgills causing accidents in the hyperspace lanes, but if you read Light of the Jedi, there might be a bit more reasons towards all that. What I love is there is a story for all of this, and Hera changes her mind after the actions of Ezra Bridger, which I'll talk about in just a moment. Vanessa Marshall makes her vocal performance believable and brilliant, and she just does a great job as Mary Liz Winstead does in live action. Vanessa is a powerhouse and she has involvement in Lucasfilm. She was great. I like the fact that we learn more about Hera's views as a person, as she knows how the strength of the Purgills can cause all these damages towards ships. It takes a while for her to understand that they never intend this to happen, as they're creatures just as unfair as the Ghost is, as you'll see in the story. The plot is about stealing fuel from the mine guild for the Ghost and the full group of Phoenix Squadron, and getting entangled with the Purgills and attempting to steal the fuel from the fuel miners. I like the constant anguish as it shows the different beliefs in the team, especially when it comes to characters with more sensibilities, like Ezra on this occasion. Shout out to Invincible Zeb. He is a legend, and it's great to see him have a moment, and that always makes him memorable. And it makes me hyped for Steve Blum's future appearance as the iconic Lizard. Taylor Gray stands out as Ezra Bridger. This is one of those episodes where Ezra stands out for his own actions, with the exception of the moment when he can't land on the platform and Kanan has to rescue him. But I think it was needed to show that Ezra has skills that need working on, like landing. And hopefully he'll learn on improving in the future. His sense of protection towards the Purgills is what makes the story stand out, and he starts to understand that the Purgills aren't a threat and is able to communicate with them via the Force, especially when they save him after he's shot down by the man guild. He nearly runs out of oxygen, and then he's able to use his Force sensitive abilities to communicate with the Purgills, to persuade the whole of Purgill to defeat the All-Minds, and they later return his helmet that brings them back round, and then they head off to rescue everyone, and then they're joined by Kanan and Jarrus. It's a beautiful moment that demonstrates how Ezra is growing as a Force-sensitive being. I have to talk about the Purgills. The history really helped build this drama within the Ghost Crew, as it gave some importance to the Purgills as a species, and their hyperspace jumps causing potential accidents when it's not the case. I feel sad when they are shot away by the mines, then they get their own back later on, which is amazing. I believe they are misunderstood creatures and super important beyond this story. I like that the girl is one stop in their journey, and we get to see one of their famous high stage jumps for the first time, and it never misses. I'm still not over the one in Shadow Warrior. Kevin Kiner once again scores with brilliant music. He is an icon and always delivers, especially with the Purgills. He never misses a beat in his animation compositions. I love the resolution, as when everything comes together, they escape with the Ghost refuels, and they have the fuel the rebellion needs. Hera seeing the Purgills come together to save them, and Ezra explains the truth to everyone after making contact with the Purgills. Definitely a standout story and very important development for members of the Ghost Crew. That's it for this 5-minute review. Please like this review and subscribe to the podcast channel to keep up to date with all the latest content. Thank you for listening to Phasma Jones, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye, everyone. Thank you for listening to the podcast. Subscribe to Phasma Jones and stay tuned for more podcasts. See ya!